Located just north of Cairns, the town of Mossman is normally known as a small cane farming town, but it is quickly establishing itself as the home of one of Australia's toughest enduro events. Run by the Townsville Enduro Club over the October long weekend, Mossmaniacs is a 5-hour cross-country enduro held in the rainforest-covered hillsides that far north Queensland is known for. The technicality of the terrain and the duration of the event put it right on the verge of being classed as a hard enduro. It is a true test of a rider's physical and mental ability, with the event consistently having a DNF rate over 20%, with some wet years being over 40%. A large amount of these are simply due to the sheer exhaustion from the constant grind against the technical rainforest track. The event kicked off with juniors racing on Saturday afternoon on a shortened version of the senior track. Many of the sections were exactly the same as what the seniors would face on Sunday. As the riders raced off into the rainforest, they'd be facing a 3-hour battle against some of the most technical terrain around. The halfway point of the race, Harlan Kurzweil had taken a commanding lead of Junior Lights and the outright lead. His younger brother Sandon Kurzweil was dominating the Mini Lights and had also moved up to third outright. The leader of the 65cc class was Jai Timmermans, who was also working his way up the outright order. At the end of the 3 hours, the checkered flag waved and competitors were crossing the line. All of them had achieved something massive by just finishing this race. The 65cc class was won by Jai Timmermans. Sandon Kurzweil took the win in Mini Lights, and Harlan Kurzweil took the win in Junior Lights and the outright junior victory. Overcast conditions and a light shower on Sunday kicked things off. The rain didn't hang around long enough to do anything besides crank up the humidity. Another element of this 5-hour race that takes it out of the riders. While the riders' briefing is underway, let's catch up with a few of our contestants in this year's Mossmaniacs and see what they think.
Adam Giles, I'm from Kingaroy. We're up here this weekend at Mossmaniacs. Me and myself, Gary here, we're going to race the expert teens class. Obviously with our goal is to win the outright, but there's a lot in between now and this afternoon, so we'll see how we go.
My name's Gary Player from the Sunshine Coast. Just got some fun today and try and go as fast as you can and hold on.
And what do you reckon about the Southerners versus Northerners talk?
Oh mate, we're gonna smoke them.
Hey, it's Jason Dwyer, track builder, racer, going Ironman. Be alright to finish, that's usually the goal. First, second, and third's a bonus.
And what do you reckon about the Southerners coming up to steal the crown?
They won't steal shit.
My name's Ebony Nielsen. I'm from southeast Queensland, from Kingaroy. I'm racing Ironwoman today. Hope to obviously finish the event. It's my first time up here, so yeah, just want to finish and hope to possibly win if I can.
G'day, I'm Dudley Duffy. I'm in the Ironman class today at the Mossman race. It's Pony Express. Hoping to finish first and hopefully get on the podium. So, yeah.
And what do you think about the Southerners saying they're coming up to steal the trophies this year?
I don't know if it'll happen.
So you reckon the trophy stays up north again?
I think it will, definitely.
Riders made their way to the start line. Some of them would be competing for the outright win, others would just be going to finish, but all of them would be battling the rainforest. The first bikes away would be the expert class, with Tom Howe leading them into the rainforest. Adam Giles was hot on his heels, and a mistake in the enduro cross-section from Tom would give Adam the lead. The rest of the expert class quickly funneled themselves through the enduro cross-section, all vying for clean air into the rainforest. A minute later and the Ironman class were on their way. Enduro newcomer Jackson Murray would lead them into the first section of the rainforest. Class favourites JD and Dudley were both back in mid-pack. The pressure of the lead proved too much and Jackson threw it away in this creek section. As he struggled to get going again, he watched helplessly as competitor by competitor passed him. By the time they'd hit the enduro cross section, JD was in front and working on chasing down the expert class. The third class underway would be the Veterans Teams class. And the final class to get underway would be the Clubman class. By this time, the enduro cross section was already littered with bikes, with riders having to make the decision to take the shorter technical way over the obstacles, or the longer, tighter way through the bunting. The last few riders made their way off into the rainforest. 5 hours of absolute torture would face all competitors. the race leaders were almost finishing their first lap, the first bike came into the pits. It wasn't a leader at all. It was Ironman competitor JD, who'd had a moose failure and needed a change of tyre. This failure would cost him 15 minutes of time and restarting his first lap dead last. At the end of the first lap, Tom Howe had regained the lead for his team, passing on to his teammate Riley Jenkins. Following closely in second place would be the team of Giles and Player. Team Battle Gofton were holding down third place in class and outright standings after the first lap. Dudley Duffy was leading the class in Ironman and holding down fourth outright. Female competitor Ebony Nielsen was dominating the ladies class and working her way inside the top 10 in Ironman. The Sun City Yamaha team of Johnson and Rolfe had taken over third place in expert and fourth in the outright standing. Dudley Duffy was stretching out his lead in Ironman and had moved up to third in the outright standings. The battle for the outright lead was now a two-team race, with the lead being swapped every lap between the team of Giles and Player and Jenkins and Howe. JD was putting on a charge and slowly working his way up through the pack. JD had charged up to second in Ironman and was slowly closing in on class leader Dudley Duffy. The final podium position of Ironman class was a tight battle between Dale Bailey and Bill Roach. JD had made the pass on Dudley to take the Ironman lead, but the outright victory was gone due to the earlier tyre issues. Dudley had a healthy lead over third place and could just cruise through the last lap. Up front, Riley was doing everything he could to hold off Adam. Adam had made the pass and Gary took off. All Tom could do was sit and wait. The Southerners had done it. They had held on just long enough to take the outright victory.
Good on you, old How'd you go, Jace?
As each competitor crossed the finish line, you could see the sense of relief and joy, knowing that they had conquered Mossmaniacs.